Imagine waking up one day to find that the world you thought was safe is full of mysteries too horrifying to comprehend. What if I told you there are crimes so chilling, so baffling, that even the greatest detectives couldn't solve them? Stay tuned, because today we're diving into the top 10 unsolved crimes that will give you chills. And trust me, you won't want to miss the mind-blowing mystery at number 1. Number 10. The Sodder Children Disappearance. It was supposed to be a joyous Christmas Eve in 1945 for the Sodder family in West Virginia. But their home was engulfed in flames in the middle of the night. 5 of the 10 Sodder children were presumed dead. But here's the shocker. No remains were ever found in the ashes. Investigators couldn't explain the absence of bones, leading to endless questions. The twists didn't stop there. Months later, the parents received strange letters and photographs suggesting the children were alive. A photograph of a man resembling their eldest son arrived with a cryptic note. Louis Sodder, I love brother Frankie. Elil boys. Adoksan bin yuz otuz iki. Was this proof the children were kidnapped? Why was the family targeted? And most importantly, why has no one solved this mystery after decades? And just when you think that's strange, wait until you hear about a serial killer who leaves behind an eerie smile every time. Number 9. The Smiley Face Murders. Picture this. Over 45 young men across the U.S. are found drowned under mysterious circumstances. Many were last seen alive after a night out with friends. While police initially dismissed these as accidental drownings, families noticed something chilling. Near every body was a spray-painted smiley face. But the story gets darker. Autopsy reports suggested signs of physical restraint and drugging. Could this be the work of a twisted group of killers operating across state lines? Or is it just a cruel coincidence? The eerie pattern of the smiley face persists, leaving the public wondering, how deep does this mystery go? If you thought that was sinister, just wait until you hear about a woman who vanished inside a hotel water tank. Number 8. The death of Elisa Lam. It was 2013, and 21-year-old Elisa Lam checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. Days later, after complaints from guests about the water tasting foul, Elisa's body was discovered in the rooftop water tank. Surveillance footage revealed her last moments. She appeared to be hiding in the hotel's elevator, frantically pressing buttons and peeking out as if someone, or something, was following her. The Cecil Hotel itself has a dark history of murders, suicides, and paranormal activity, which only deepens the mystery. Was this a case of mental health struggles, foul play, or a haunting? To this day, no one knows how she managed to enter the locked water tank without triggering alarms. And speaking of chilling disappearances, wait until you hear about an entire group that vanished in the frozen wilderness. Number 7. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out on a trek through the Ural Mountains of Russia. What should have been a routine expedition turned into a nightmarish mystery. Their bodies were discovered scattered across the mountainside, and their campsite was in chaos. Their tent had been slashed open from the inside. Some bodies were found in their underwear despite freezing temperatures, while others had bizarre injuries, fractured skulls, missing eyes, and even a missing tongue. What's even stranger? No external wounds matched the severity of the internal injuries. Theories range from avalanches to secret military experiments to alien encounters. But the official report only adds to the intrigue, stating the deaths were caused by an unknown compelling force. What could have terrified these experienced hikers so much that they fled into certain death? And if you think nature is unforgiving, wait until you hear about a hijacker who disappeared into thin air with $200,000 in cash. Number 6. The disappearance of D.B. Cooper. It's 1971, and a man identifying himself as D.B. Cooper hijacks a flight bound for Seattle. Calmly, he hands a note to a flight attendant, demanding $200,000 in cash and parachutes. Once his demands were met, he released the passengers and ordered the plane to take off again. Somewhere over the dense forests of Washington, he opened the door and parachuted into the night, never to be seen again. The FBI conducted one of the most exhaustive manhunts in history, but Cooper vanished without a trace. Decades later, fragments of his ransom money washed up on the banks of the Columbia River, but his identity and fate remain a complete mystery. Did he survive? If so, where did? If you're as hooked on these mysteries as I am, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please subscribe. Because hitting your subscribe button can give me new motivation to work harder and succeed. Number 5. The Hinterkaifeck murders. A small farm in Germany became the site of one of the most baffling unsolved murders in history. In 1922, 6 members of the Gruber family were found brutally murdered. Days before the killings, the father reported strange footprints leading to the house, noises in the attic, and missing keys. After the murders, neighbors reported seeing smoke rising from the farmhouse chimney, suggesting the killer lived there after the crime. Despite multiple suspects and bizarre confessions, no one was ever charged. Who killed the Gruber family? And why did they stay at the farm afterward? But if that didn't send chills down your spine, the next story might just make you question reality itself. Number 4. The vanishing of Agatha Christie. The Queen of Mystery herself became the subject of one in 1926. Agatha Christie vanished for 11 days, leaving behind only her abandoned car. When she was found at a hotel, she claimed to have no memory of what happened. Was it amnesia, a publicity stunt, or something more sinister? To this day, no one knows the truth, and Christie took the secret to her grave. Number 3. The Tamam Shud case. In 1948, a man's body was found on Somerton Beach in Australia. He had no ID and no clear cause of death. In his pocket was a piece of paper that read, Tamam Shud, Persian for it is finished. Later, a rare book of poetry was found with the same phrase torn out and an undecipherable code scrawled in the margins. Was he a spy? A victim of poisoning? Or something more? The cryptic note has baffled investigators for decades. Number 2. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer claimed responsibility for at least 5 murders in California during the 1960s and 70s, taunting police with letters and ciphers. Despite a handful of suspects, the case remains open, and the killer's true identity is still unknown. Even more chilling, one of his ciphers was cracked only recently, but it revealed no clues to his identity. Number 1. The Black Dahlia Murder. In 1947, the body of Elizabeth Short, nicknamed the Black Dahlia, was found mutilated in Los Angeles. The brutality of her murder shocked the nation. Her body was bisected, and her face was slashed into a ghastly smile. Despite hundreds of suspects, her killer was never found. Some speculate ties to Hollywood elites, while others believe it was the work of a deranged doctor. Which of these unsolved crimes gave you the biggest chills? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more spine-tingling top 10 lists, and tell us what mysteries you'd like us to explore next.